And the funny thing is that the team that run the cars on the day say the thing that people struggle with the most with an F1 car is actually how high the idle point is. The engines idle at around 9,000 RPM. And as I say, usually they shift at around 18,000 RPM. So you're always at, that's like forever. You roll out of the pit, you're like, and people can't get used to it. So they let the revs drop too low or they shift too early because your ears just aren't used to that higher pitch. And all the fluids and everything don't pass through the engine or they get cold and everything dries up. And I actually experienced this. I was the only person on the whole day to suffer any kind of issue. Okay, I didn't crash, but I did have a mechanical issue. Because obviously this whole use the brakes. Before I got onto the main straightaway, I was trying to see what these brakes would do. So I was in second gear trundling around a corner. And I thought, I better stamp on the brakes and see what happens. So there I go. I stamp on the brakes and everything just went vroom. And all the revs dropped and I was in the wrong gear and the anti-stall kicked in. So I'm there, my first ever F1 experience, and the car just cuts out. And you have no car to pit radio. They can speak to you, but you can't speak to them. So I'm just free rolling, literally around this last corner, and I see the pit lane, and I have to roll, thank God I had enough speed, back into the pits. And everyone's sitting there going, what's this guy doing? And I'm like, I think I broke it. So the only guy the whole day that screwed up the program, given that I was the person most excited and probably should have known that was something you shouldn't do. But you just have to keep the revs up. You have to keep the energy and everything moving, the temperatures up. It's an amazing machine in the fact that the only way to drive it is flat out the minute you leave the pit lane. There's no warm-up procedures, nothing. They've done that for you already with machines and computers. So the minute you leave that pit lane, you've got to be on it, or the car is just going to give up on you. And that was a lesson to learn.
We'd like to thank Avalon King for their continued support of the VinWiki YouTube channel.